Fractals are nature's hidden blueprint. Why does nature keep creating similar shapes repeatedly? We can find the same principle in the way we build buildings. Imagine that an architect must build 50 homes. One option is to build 50 separate houses, while the other is to build a 50-story apartment building. Most people would think that building a tall apartment building is much more difficult. But in reality, building separate houses one by one is often more complicated. Each time we build a house, many tasks must start over again. The land must be measured, and the ground must be prepared all over again. Each house also needs its own roof. In a way, each new house means starting from the beginning again. An apartment building is different. Once the foundation is built, the work becomes much simpler. We can repeat the same structure floor after floor. The floor of one apartment also becomes the ceiling of the apartment below, so we do not need to build a completely new roof each time. This is similar to why fractals appear so often in nature. Instead of creating completely new rules each time, nature prefers to reuse patterns and structures that already exist. In other words, fractals are an efficient design system used by nature. They are part of the hidden order behind nature's complex beauty. To explain this idea, a Hungarian biologist, Aristid Lindenmayer, created a model that could describe how plants grow and develop. This model, developed in 1968, became known as the L system, named after the first letter of his last name. Depending on the rules we use, this system can create completely different patterns. Let us imagine a tree growing. Some branches continue to grow straight, while others split into new branches along the way. Let us call these branches A and B and apply a simple rule. At each step, A becomes A and B, while B changes into A. If we start with only one B, the next step becomes A. Then it becomes A, B. After that, it becomes A, B, A. One more step creates A, B, A, B. And as this process repeats, the structure becomes more and more complex. The rule is very simple at first, but as the pattern repeats, more complex shapes begin to appear, much like real tree branches. Lindenmayer's L system helps explain not only trees, but also rivers branching and flowing, and even the way blood vessels spread throughout our bodies. Fractals are not found only in nature. They are also discussed in economics. The stock market in particular seems very unpredictable. Human emotions, social events, and many different factors affect it at the same time, making it difficult to predict. But if we think of the stock market as a natural phenomenon, repeating patterns begin to appear there as well. When we graph changes in stock prices, we often find a statistical feature called self-similarity. Patterns that appear over a single day often resemble patterns that appear over a week or even a month. Even though the timescale changes, the flow of change still looks similar. In other words, stock prices can also be seen as moving in fractal patterns. Fractal structures also exist deep inside our bodies. The blood vessels throughout our bodies, including those in our hearts and lungs, are connected in fractal patterns. The human body uses this kind of structure because it is efficient. Instead of designing completely new structures every time, nature can build tissues and organs more efficiently by repeating and slightly changing structures that already exist. Because of this, fractals are actively studied in medicine as well. Fractal patterns hidden in human behavior are also being used to help detect diseases early. One well-known example is Parkinson's disease, a neurodegenerative disorder. People with Parkinson's disease often walk with uneven steps and changing speeds. When scientists analyze their walking patterns, they often find that patterns appearing over a few minutes resemble patterns appearing over an entire day. Even walking can show fractal patterns. By using these patterns, doctors may be able to diagnose Parkinson's disease earlier and provide treatment and care before symptoms become more serious. We often think that nature's forms are complex and created by chance. But when we look more closely, we can see that nature creates amazingly detailed structures simply by repeating a few simple rules. And at the heart of it all are fractals, Nature's Hidden Blueprint.